Welcome to fantasyfran.com. Fran, you got the top 5 defenses for our Week 10 this week. 5 pretty good ones, maybe one surprise even.
And you know, we're glad you're with us because you're going to hear things here that you're not going to hear on ESPN because we're going to tell it as it is, as my friend Howard Cosell said. Baltimore, number one defense for the week for me is Baltimore for 2 reasons. Baltimore is great. Ray Lewis is the finest defensive leader I've seen since I've been in football. And that's a long, long time. And he's still in his 16th year. He will not let this defense not play great. And they're on a roll, and now their offense is keeping the ball. Flacco's come alive finally. And Seattle has a really good defense. They really do. Their offense sucks. It's just no good. And so that's why I have Baltimore number one. Now, the surprise at number 2, Christopher.
It is a surprise.
Is Miami. Why? You know what? Spagnuolo, if that's how you pronounce that name down? No, it's Tony Sparano as a coach at Miami. And he's got these guys playing hard every week.
Every week.
They've come close a number of times. Last week, they surprised me. They beat a pretty good Kansas City team, played them with no quarterback, and they what's the quarterback? The old Carolina quarterback. Matt Moore is just a guy. But their defense is really good. And I thought last year that their defense was big and strong and young and fast, and they are, and they're playing Washington. Washington has given up. Washington has no offense. Washington couldn't score if Miami took all the team off the field. So Miami, I've got them up second. That's a surprise. Third, San Francisco. And San Francisco, because San Francisco is playing at home. San Francisco is a physical, old-school team. Really play good defense. Got as good a linebackers as there are in football. And they're playing the Giants. And the Giants, I tell you, Eli's played really good lately. And the Giants have played better offensively. But I think this will be a defensive match between the Giants and the 49ers. And few points are going to be scored. So therefore, guess who my 4th team is? The New York Giants. Yes. Because I think it'll be very difficult for San Francisco to move the ball also. 5th, Jacksonville. Did you happen to see Jacksonville a few weeks ago play the Baltimore Ravens? I mean, Flacco, it was embarrassing. He couldn't do anything. They couldn't run. They couldn't throw. I mean, it was unbelievable. It was a dominating defensive performance. They've got a good defense. Jack Del Rio is a head coach, but a defensive coach, an old-time linebacker, and they're playing Indianapolis. Atlanta, which is a so-so defense, not a great defense. They held, Indianapolis to 7 points? Did nothing. I like Jacksonville this week because they are good defensively. They're playing an offense that's inept.
And you want to talk about a linebacking core. The linebacking core in Jacksonville with Pusluzny, Smith, and Session is one of the best that there is out there, but they're underrated. I got a question for you here.
Yeah.
You've been really big on the Dallas Cowboy defense pretty much all year long.
Yep.
Last 2 weeks they've looked average.
Yep.
You've also talked about Green Bay's defense not really being there. Talk to me a little bit about these 2 defenses, because are they on the decline or?
I don't understand Dallas's defense. I really thought before the Philadelphia game 2 weeks ago they were really coming on. I like their team, like their defense, and Philadelphia throws 30-plus points against them, but they can do that. Last week, they were so-so defensively, as you said, and I think they're going to get better. Green Bay has got a problematic defense. Mm-hmm. They got the best offense in football. They got the best quarterback in football. He's thrown 3 interceptions and 8 billion touchdown passes. He's off the charts so good, and yet their defense are giving up points after points after points. Green Bay only beat Carolina by a touchdown. They only beat Minnesota with Christian Ponder. That's 2 rookie quarterbacks, Ponder and Newton. They beat them by a touchdown. And their defense will keep them out of the Super Bowl. I don't know whether Green Bay that will make it or not because of their defense. You've got to play defense in this league at some point, and they haven't proven they can do that. It looks like they got the players, but they just don't.
Now, you also have Pittsburgh outside of the top 5 going up against Cincinnati this week. Is it that you liked these other 5 that much more, or is there something with Pittsburgh?
Pittsburgh is close. Pittsburgh is close. I just like these match up a little bit better. I kind of like the Cincinnati team. I really do. I like the little red-headed quarterback. Well, Andy Dalton is the real deal. I mean, he's impressive.
He has been.
Their defense is impressive. And but I like Pittsburgh's defense. They're coming on. They're the real deal. I think Pittsburgh and Baltimore have the two best defenses in football.
Without a doubt, and I think losing Lamar Woodley for last week really hurt them, but he may be back this week. So these are your top 5 defenses for Week 10. Make sure to join us back next week for all the Week 11 defenses. And while you're here, make sure to click on all the projections for all the defenses right here at fantasyfran.com.